Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. Hope you guys are all having an amazing Thursday. For those that don't know who it is, my name is Ricky. I have a little bit over 169,000 subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. So thank you guys again for all the support on that. What I wanted to talk about today was my trade. So what does the title say? 2000. Wow. Okay. So I'm gonna have to change that. It says $2,000 profit. I was able to get to 1938 overall profit. I'm gonna show you guys that right now in just a second. So let me just show you real quick. Boom. We can see right here that my overall, I took two positions today, LABD and UGAS. UGAS was a 2-day swing trade. I was able to cover a little bit over $1,600 profit. And then on LABD as a day trade, I was able to cover $275 profit. Now, this was all captured live. So for all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit, if you guys want to comment or you're on my right-hand side, but it might be showing on the left-hand side, we called these all out in real time. And we did an amazing job. I almost want to give, I don't know if you guys have ever wanted to get a taste of what these private because Learn Plan Profit is my private group. They get to watch me trade live every single day, and a lot of people have never actually seen me trade live, just because sometimes on my YouTube videos I don't normally always trade live. So if you think that it would be a good idea and you just want to get a taste of what the people in Learn Plan Profit get to see every single day and be a part of, feel free to let me know right now in the live chat or in the comments down below. I'd be more than happy to make it available and to offer it for you guys. So they saw me. I was able to cover. I made a huge mistake. I don't want to say huge mistake, but right away, right as the market opened, I saw that there was a pre-market high at around $66. And as you guys know, as a conservative, trader, I covered profits. And right as I covered profits, right as the market opens, right, boom, shoots up from $66 to $67. And I'm there everyone laughing at me within the Learn Plan Profit group, because everyone knows, again, we have a saying that and I want to give credit to Lupo for saying it, and I'm sure he's not the first one that has said it, but you don't go broke by covering profits, right? It's by being greedy that you don't cover. So what I did was I covered profits because there's an obvious sign of a resistance, but there was no sign of break of pattern, and again, I was being conservative. I covered profits. I missed out on this huge push, it was like $1.50. It started to consolidate. I bought in, right? It pushed up, pulled back, consolidated, and then I made the additional, I think it was like $200 or $300 within that small little additional trade. It sold off, and then guys, you guys can look back every single week. I almost trade the same stocks and ETFs every single week. And we called out perfectly. And again, it looks like everyone wants to see it. So I'm going to make it available for all those that are part of TechBud Solutions. And I'll post it in the announcement section for TechBud Solutions. So if you guys can go here to the announcement section, after this live stream, I will make it available. And for all those that are part of Learn Plan Profit that want to review that specific video, then again, just go to the morning live chat library. Again, we go live every single morning. Right? So today's 5/31/2018. Boom, 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 boom. Every single day, every single morning for about 30 minutes to about an hour. And I go live, I trade live, and if I'm not trading anything, then I dedicate a majority of the time just breaking down stocks with the group, all in real time, right? I don't call out, I don't tell anyone where to buy, I don't tell anyone where to sell, but we did an amazing job calling out the bounce first on the middle VWAP on UGAS. And the natural gas report came out today, 1 hour after the market opened, so my time, that's 7:30. And based on previous patterns, and again, I've said this multiple times, for the past 3 to 4 months, we've been able to identify a pattern because natural gas has been so bullish that UGAS, because that's the bullish natural gas ETF, usually pushes up. And in a matter of, again, this is a 1-minute candle. In a matter of 1 minute, it covered over 3%. And you guys might be thinking, well, 3% isn't much. Just to put into perspective, 3% is huge if you can cover that, especially in 1 day. We focus on consistency and we focus on investing in quality patterns, right? And right away, right as it pushed up to $69, what do you guys think I sold or said? Cover profits, right? Obviously, showing signs of it being overextended. It usually pushes up and then gets rejected right away. Again, I trade UGAS and DGAS every single week. right? So were able to identify that pattern. Great. I was able to cover, I'll show you guys the profits, 16, 6, 4, 82, right? Those are my profits on you guys. And you can see overall on that, on the day that I had, right, under the profit section, you can see a little bit over $1,900. Not only just me, but you'll be able to see, because I was tuning in live, the amount of people that were able to profit off of, you know, what it was that we saw value in were huge. These are all people today, right? So ever since I bought into this group, I had nothing but success. Again, this is by our boy Taz. Past week, 10% growth. 10%, it's honestly, that's huge. We tried to aim anywhere from 3 to 5%. So if you've been struggling and getting the ball rolling, you know, I think we do an amazing job in focusing on that. We got Muhammad, again, congrats. He's actually looking for a BMW M3 that he's going to be buying for a good deal. And you can see nothing but green right here, 2% fast, $112, right? Boom, boom, boom. There we go, right? We got the call out on Gush. Here we go. But guys, again, let me go ahead and focus this right over here. That was my first trade. Great. Now, when I was trading that, there was this LABD position, and LABD has been selling off. We identified that, hey, when I first saw this, I was like, I don't know, I don't really like the strong downward pattern at all, right? I definitely looked oversold, but that's irrelevant to me because I wanted to day trade something. I didn't want to swing trade something, especially not something that's descending. But what I said is like, okay, I looked at the RSI and I was like, wow, this is very oversold, and the MACD indicator is starting to curve back in. All my alerts were going off. We called this out all live, and you'll be able to see it with that link. We called it out when it broke above the EMA. We called it out when it got close to the EMA line. What we said was when it pushed up and then got rejected, it confirmed this overall EMA, and then it broke above the middle VWAP. That's when I took my first position, right? Pushed up, pulled back, then I took another position. And then it pushed up, and then I ended up selling my first position on LABD. Now, look how close I was to, and this is the mistake that I made today, 100%. So I was at $1,939.82. Literally needed $61 to hit $2,000. And I want to be as transparent as possible, right? I made the mistake, and this thing is pulling back. I made the mistake of going in for the sole purpose of trying to break $2,000 profit on the day. And the reason that was upsetting is I sold my position here at 26.93. 26.93. If I literally would have just held it for one more minute, I would have hit that $2,000 mark. But again, I was being conservative. I was like, and I was right at that point. I was like, look, it's showing some signs of a resistance. Might as well just cover profits. Like, forget about the $2,000, whatever. I started playing this song, and I got super hyped up. I don't know if you guys, it's, regardless of what the case may be, right? I'm human and I make mistakes. And what I did was I ended up taking another position on LABD when I thought that it was bouncing, right? I'm about to have the sneeze. So it pulled back. It started to consolidate off the middle VWAP. I was calling it all out within, like, you know, the Learn Plan Profit group. And I thought that it was going to start to reverse. It actually did, right? It started to push up, and I was like, great. I broke over the $2,000 mark. I forgot about the idea of LABD being a descending pattern, right? A descending pattern, it's making lower highs, and then I called it out within the Learn Plan Profit group, right? Because of that, I was up right away. It started to sell off, and then what led where now I'm at, like where it is that I'm at now is now I'm down $326 on this specific position. So from going from, you know, $1,900, I've gone down to a little bit under $1,700 profit. Still an amazing day. I'm not trying to minimize that nor subjugate that by any means, right? I still think that it does have, this is solely just a day trade, and I will cut my losses if it continues to descend, if it does not play out according to plan. What I'm liking about this one is that it's catching up to this SMA line, and it's starting to, you know, show a little bit, you know, the SMA line is starting to show more signs of a cup pattern. So I think it does have potential to recover, but I'm going to wait on that. So LABD just broke below. Nice. Okay. 26.31. Altogether, what I wanted to talk about was the importance of, and I talk about this all the time, and again, it's just really dumb that I let not even just the hype, but my emotions get into play when it comes down to that. Me and Justin were having like a funny conversation. Like I send him my profits every morning, and Justin and I sent him like I was like, okay, I'm up $1,500 on the day. Then I sent him another one. Okay, I'm up $1,600, and then I think it was like 10 minutes later, it was like 1,800, and then 5 minutes later, it was 1,900, and he was like, bro, like stop. And then I was just like, wait, I think I could break 2K in like a couple minutes, and again, I got ahead of myself. I let my emotions come into play, and I'm here to share my mistake with you all so you don't have to do the same thing. I did a very good job in covering profits where I did, right? It made sense on why I covered profits. I saw some sign of a resistance, and I didn't want to focus on the dollar value that I had for profit, because the dollar value that I have for profit doesn't mean anything to the overall pattern that I'm investing in. And I let that mistake, not just that, but within the first hour, that's when I made the $1,900. I've spent the remaining 3 hours now trying to recover what it is that I'm working with right now. So when it comes down to time efficiency and opportunity cost, it's no longer there. You guys, again, might not be thinking that that's a big deal, but that's a huge deal when it comes down to, being an efficient trader, is knowing when to take positions and knowing when to step away. When there's not a proper setup and you're just selling yourself the stocks you can hit a certain dollar value, you are more bound to make mistakes based on that action. And that is really just it. So for those that are asking what the two stocks are, again, it was UGAZ and LABD, and all that good stuff. So that is really just it. So for those that were asking what the name of that song was, so if you guys want to make impulse buys and want to get super hyped up, it's called "Welcome to the Party" by French Malone and Lil Pump. I honestly, it's a super like aggressive and like what movie is it in? Deadpool 2. I think look, hear it. It was a great song for like playing it in the background and stuff like that, right? But yeah, so altogether, just keeping it very simple and sharing my mistake, although obviously we're ending it, green. Yesterday I was down $145. The day before I covered a little bit over $1,700 profit. And then today I'm at about $1,700. I honestly do think that I can close it at about $2,000 for today, which would put a pretty good cushion for me for the overall week. So if I can close, what's it called? If I can close the overall day or the overall week at about above $4,000 profit, that would be the goal. Me and the Whiskey Boys, so like my roommates and stuff, we're gonna be in Miami this Sunday. And then we're going to be driving be in Fort Lauderdale until the 6th, if I'm not mistaken. So for all those that are in Florida and want to meet up, feel free to direct message me with an Instagram. The link is down below. And I actually just posted something that I thought was pretty funny on my Instagram account. So if you guys don't follow me, be sure to click that link down below. It says Ricky's Instagram. Be sure to drop a comment, and you guys can call me Dingleberry just because I made again, I just let the profits and my emotions come into play when it comes down to trading. So, and first of all, I don't know if I explained my exit and why it is that I exited out of UGAZ, but you can definitely tell that UGAZ is way overextended. I told you guys why it is that I saw value in it for that swing trade. Now it's showing more signs of it being overextended. That's why I didn't want to hold it anymore. LABD, strong downward pattern. Why is it that I'm day trading it and not swing trading it? Yes, I do think that over time it can recover, but based on opportunity cost, I don't want to bag hold something, and it's showing signs of a strong downward pattern. How do I know that? It's trending below that blue line, which is called an EMA line, the 180-day 4-hour EMA. It's aggressively trending below that. So because of that, again, if you want to grow your account, you want to invest in something that's actively trending up. And why hold something, again, swing trade, with something that's not actively trending up? So that is really just it. So yeah, take a look at DGAS. I've been watching all of them. I've been watching all of them, all the different stocks that I have in my watch list. We've been able to cover a great amount of stocks and great amount of quality information in today's live stream. I think today's live stream was pretty efficient and pretty effective all together as a group. We did very great as a group, and a lot of people did very well with that natural gas report after it popped up. And people had to really we'll talk about that later in the approach that one of our traders called out of following with the stop loss and still taking a position and stuff like that. So I'll talk about the pros and cons of that specific ticker or technique, but that is really just it. So So CXW. I'm not going to break any other stocks down. It's just I'll just do this one, CXW. Okay, strong downward pattern. I would still stay away from this one. Yes, it did break above the SMA, but it definitely looks more on the overextended side. So I have a series of rules or questions that I tend to ask myself that I usually follow, right? And if you go to the Start Here section, for those that are part of the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library, I ask myself, is it showing signs of an uptrend pattern? Am I getting a good deal? And when looking at this, I'm not getting a good deal because you can see where the price is right now and where it's been before, and you're not getting a good deal, right? So with that understanding, I would have to stay away. So that is really just it. So for all those that want access to the private unlisted video that I did today, that I do every single day for those that are part of the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library, you have to make sure that you are part of Technical Solutions. It's the third link in the description. Once you get accepted to our free Facebook group, we have a little bit over 100,000 members altogether, part of Technical Solutions. Once you get accepted, you can make your way on over to the top pinned post. There's this group chat link. You can click there, and that's where in the announcement sections, I will post the link to this specific video. And then this is the course. So this is the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library, the people that I work with every day and that get to watch me trade live every single day and stuff like that. So that is it, guys. I want to thank you guys again for your time. Hope you guys all have an amazing rest of your Thursday. And yeah, that is really just it. Man, you guys have some lengthy messages. And be sure that if you guys are going to message me within Technical Solutions, that you keep your messages under 150 characters, because if it becomes, if it's a little bit over than that, then the actual probability of me to respond is probably very minimal. So thank you guys again. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams. Let your passion be what drives you in your success. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Oh, Rodrigo, what's going on, my man? $2. I like it. Appreciate it. I'll use that to get some canes. Thank you guys again, guys. Take it easy, team.